Hey everybody, I'm Griffin, and this is Theta, and this is a death battle. No, that's not our intro. Welcome to Stone-Faced Reactions, where we watch videos and then don't react to them whatsoever. Hey everybody, welcome back to Stone-Faced Reactions. I'm Griffin, this is Theta, and we're here to watch another death battle. And today we have Blake from Ruby versus Mikasa from Attack on Titan. So, who wants to go first? You or me, Theta?
Who wants to go first? All of me or you?
Anyone in the crowd? Bueller?
Well,
But yeah, I guess that's my question. Do you want to go first, or should I?
I mean, you probably know more about Mikasa than I do Blake.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and talk about as much as I can about Mikasa, which it's been a while since I've actually seen Attack on Titans. I could be here for hours telling you how frustrating the storytelling is, but that's not why we're here. We're here for Mikasa and her just kind of being a generic badass. So the Attack on Titans universe has like a bunch of small funky things. They're kind of like post-Renaissance gunpowder. I'm pretty sure they definitely have muskets, but they don't have like automatic weapons or semi-automatic, or I don't think even like charges. They still have the loaded, I think. They got cannons, but they have like this really weird thing where they get to tripwire around the place with basically a jetpack. It's like half jetpack. They have to like swing around and give themselves momentum. And they do this because they have to fight giants, which are the Titans, and then hit them in the neck. So they had to be very fast and then very precise, all while swinging around the air. And it's already a very difficult, complicated thing to do. And then Mikasa comes along and just does it without any kind of problems whatsoever and outshines literally every single other person. She is the show's badass. She is a perfectly ordinary human who just does absolutely miraculous things just out of nowhere because she can. I think her background is literally, when she was a kid, she just literally was able to fight her way out of a kidnapping scenario because she got exactly one opening, and that's all she needs. So, I don't have much, like, in terms of, like, her practical feats or, like, things she did in the show, because it's been a few years since I've seen it. So I can't, like, cite those directly, but the worst thing she has going for her is probably that she's still just a perfectly ordinary human person and has ordinary human flaws. And if there's anything really weird or magic about Blake might have an entire upper hand on her. So that's kind of my analysis of this. What about you?
See, I remember that Mikasa was actually the best of her in her training, to the point where she could have been one of the elites, and she decided to not join the elites so that she could continue to hang out with Eren. Eren, by the way, the reason why she escaped the kidnapping, because he attacked the people kidnapping her, which is why she's so attached to him. He saved her life and then gave her a family after that.
Right, yeah, the relationship in show is very much brother and sister, so.
Is it? I didn't realize that.
Mhm.
I mean, she's literally wearing his scarf around her face so she could smell him every day. I don't know. It's weird.
I think she literally lives in his house, like, in the first episode, like, with Aaron's father.
Yeah, like I said, he gave her a family by saving her life.
Literally adopted.
I mean, first cousins rule, I guess, right?
She's obviously completely not related, because the show makes it like very clear. It's like, wait a second, everyone here has like this weird Germanic ancestry, and by the way, we're doing the whole German castle thing. She's obviously Japanese. These two people are nowhere related.
That's what I'm saying, is that they're not related, despite the fact they live together. Right, okay, well, let me break into what the little I remember about Blake, which is not very much, because I stopped watching. I've seen more Attack on Titan than I have of Ruby, because, as I said at the end of last episode, my favorite character I found out was going to die before the end of the first season of Ruby, and I just couldn't handle continuing to watch the romance subplot that I'd been rooting for the whole time, knowing that it was never going to happen, because she was going to die, and like not for any good reason, just like hey, let me show you how bad the bad guy is reason. Anyway,
Right, you got the spoiler.
Yeah. Anyway, that character is not Blake. That character would rock Mikasa, I think, but that's not the character we're talking about. Blake is a cat girl in a world essentially anti-cat girl. I don't know. There's a whole thing about animal people.
So reality.
Well, it's a whole thing with like an animal people sub-race sort of thing going on, and people don't like them. She uses a whip as her main weapon in a world where they're like hunters of like shadow creatures or something like that. I can't remember. And most of those people have weapons that have guns in them. You know, like the aforementioned Ruby, not Ruby, the RWBY, which stands for the different team names, which are all colored. Red, white, blue, yellow. Ruby is also the name of the character, RUBY, who has a scythe, which also turns into like a sniper rifle. Blake's weapon, I do not remember ever having a gun attachment. But then again, not everybody does. Like,
she's got one in the still frame here.
I don't remember, and also I am paused on the first 0 second of the video, so
right. I just mean like the splash screen still frame, you know.
Like I said, everybody.
But
everybody typically does. Not everybody though. Like White, I can't remember her name, but their last name is White. They use a magical dust that have magical properties instead of instead of guns. To my memory. And again,
I think she was on another death battle, wasn't she? Big frost powers.
I don't remember.
Okay, well, continue.
Well, I mean, it's made by the people that make Death Battle are also attached to the same people that make Ruby, so also the same people that make Red versus Blue, and other such things.
Yep. See all their great things over here on YouTube at the Red. Damn, I can't do an advertisement for them on the fly. My bad. I failed you.
Rooster Teeth.
We're not getting our check.
It's Rooster Teeth. Also, we never
Rooster
get
Teeth. Ah, there we go.
I literally have to, email them every time to unblock the video. For all 10 people that want to see it.
Right. So what cool things does Blake do? What's the best thing she ever did?
I think she whipped a helicopter out of the air.
Did she, like, pull it out of the air? Or did she, like, hit an engine piece suddenly? Or what happened?
She may have pulled it out of the air. Here's the thing. Again, I stopped it for a season, and the the bad character that kills my favorite character is being brought in to be shown how bad they are, right? And also how super powerful they are. So it's at the element where super powerful stuff is about to happen that I've stopped watching the show. So I assume that something super powerful is about to be unleashed within her. Also,
could only get better, yeah.
It wasn't her. It was her Ruby's sister, which is on the yellow team. It's that was it Tifa Lockhart versus I can't remember her name now.
So I guess other question. So they are superpowered in Ruby, but do they still have like normal human afflictions? Like if she gets stabbed in the heart, she's dead.
Well, yeah, I just told you my favorite character dies, so...
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe it could have been like a Super Kamehameha times 10 Kaioken or something. I don't know.
No, didn't want to watch it. Didn't want to watch my favorite character die.
I'm not saying Blake doesn't have Kaioken, but I'm not saying she doesn't. So I guess would that be everything then?
Again, I told you I didn't have much. I literally added more to your comment about Mikasa than I did about Blake.
Well, I guess we're going in and going, well, Mikasa's really cool, but let's see what crazy stuff Blake gets.
Well, I mean, Blake is my character, so I've got to root for her.
Yeah, gotta hope. I've learned my lesson this time. I'm going to turn the audio down so I can also hear you at the same time.
Well, that never happens, even when there is no audio.
Then I entered the silent zone, I suppose.
You and Rod Serling.
Blake Belladonna, the feline huntress from Ruby.
Yep, that's a gun.
Mikasa Ackerman, the giant killing
she didn't have that in the first season.
These two
To the
reluctant
point where I watch
heroes
it.
are fighting for a better world.
What'll happen when they
And
go
scarves.
toe-to-toe to see who's the swingiest and the cuttiest? He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
It's
I'm
our
remembering
job to
somebody
analyze
else who
their
has a whip.
weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win.
Maybe my entire premise.
We're gonna learn.
My entire premise has been wrong from the start.
Those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable.
I wonder if JFK was thinking about
And no one listened to that to this day.
Despite the world of Remnant being home to a plethora of magical beings, the Faunus were subject to discrimination from humanity.
That's so dumb.
Cat people
How could
oppression,
humans be
how
racist
dare.
against Faunus?
Well, also rabbit
Aside
people.
from
I said
looking
animal
slightly
people.
Different, they're basically exactly the same. Oh, I get it.
For most of her youth, Blake Belladonna worked with the Faunus activist organization, the White Fang. But when her parents expressed concern at its growing violent tactics, she ran away to join them fully.
Yeah, Ginger Kylo Ren's influence was making it all cat-girl supremacist-y.
Believing the Faunus deserved to rule the world instead of humans, Adam Taurus turned the White Fang into a terrorist organization, with the young, impressionable Blake in tow. Now Blake got to put her superhuman Faunus abilities to the test as a guerrilla fighter.
If I just
She's
made
not
up
a
the whip.
gorilla whiz. She's clearly a cat. You dingus.
That's not what
As a clearly cat Faunus, Blake
They get the whip later.
superhuman strength, speed, and endurance. She can see in the dark.
I guess they are kind of using double swords there.
I mean, this is all the scenes I remember seeing, and this is all swords. There's the one that died, my favorite. The red hair.
Can use her aura to passively withstand intense damage. Though if it's overtaxed, she will be as defenseless as any ordinary human.
Her aura survived.
Alright, so they do have increased durability 'cause magic.
Twice.
You know what I'm
Measuring
thinking?
the
I
size
think I'm
of the
probably
Nevermore
thinking of
compared to
Tower
the
of
stone
God.
structure it
Completely
shattered,
unrelated.
we can gauge it had to have fragmented over 2,000
Manhwa slash
Memories
anime.
just merge together.
Blake's aura ate over 4 tons of TNT without even breaking.
I guess you could say she sold it. Eh?
Don't try that again, or I'm gonna have to cut you with a sword as sharp as Gamble's Shroud. It's everything you could ever want in a sick anime combo weapon. Part katana, part kasurigama, and it wouldn't be Ruby if it wasn't part gun. Hell, its sheath is a sword too. That's just showing off, and I like it.
The 96-meter-long elastic ribbon attached to the katana's hilt lets Blake use Gamble's Shroud
Or
as a
maybe I'm just
grappling hook
remembering
for
because there wasn't
maneuverability
around all
and
the time.
clean
I don't know.
attacks. An invaluable asset
I'm
for
just
the White
watching all this
Fang.
grappling around and going like, huh,
Well,
Spider-Man
until he
battle.
threatened to blow up a bunch of innocent people. Now, instead of a bad boy, he's just a boy that is bad.
Horrified, Blake turned her back on Adam and the White Fang, and for the second time in her life, she ran away.
It's like running away is her superpower.
In a sense, it is. Blake's aura allows her to manifest a unique ability, or semblance, called Shadow. Born from her desire to escape, Blake can create a brief, intangible clone for deception, evasion, or even to propel herself through the air.
She can even combine them with different kinds of dust.
Good old
It's
double
basically
jumps.
Magic gunpowder. Fire does
Yeah,
clones
dust
will
is that stuff I was
explode on
talking about
impact,
before.
While ice will freeze you solid. Though once she runs out of aura, that's it for her semblance too. Wiz? Buddy? Man, I killed him. And it wasn't even on purpose!
And don't worry, just some biological cloning. It's a hobby. Don't ask if I'm the original. I genuinely don't know anymore. Alone again. Blake
Gotta
lacked
love that.
vigor and a place
Invincible
to call
reference.
home, until she reached Beacon Academy. There, she learned to be a huntress, a soldier of peace sworn to protect the land from monsters and any that would do it harm.
And she wouldn't do it alone. Blake would join up with fellow huntresses in training, Weiss Schnee, Yang Xiaolong, and Ruby Rose to make Team Ruby with a W.
She didn't just find teammates, but friends as well.
Well, you said they're colored.
Feelings grow.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't worry, the power of
It's just
friendship
funny to
won't get in the
lampshade
way
it.
of her kicking some ass. In fact, it
Slices
made her even
through
better at it.
steel.
She's
Yup.
defeated the gangster Roman Torchwick, the kaiju-sized sea
Hit by a
Phalanx,
laser
and
beam.
the assassins Mercury and Emerald, and they could dodge natural
Big
lightning.
fifth tech.
Comparing the distance they
And
traveled
fights for
relative
hours
to
on
the
end.
lightning bolt, we can determine they were moving over 26,000 meters per second.
Ah,
Moving
everyone just
8 times
dodges
the
lightning
speed
all
of
the time.
Well, as we already stated, the lightning isn't actually the speed of light. It's the speed of plasma.
Right, it's electron motion.
Well, no, it's the speed of heated plasma.
You abusive a-hole.
No easy feat considering Adam was strong enough to pulverize this massive spider.
And then, of
droid
course,
with
there's
his wing
differences
flaps.
between
A
the
feat worth over 4
electron
tons
lead
of
and then the
TNT.
actual
Too
flash.
bad for a bootleg Virgil. And Gamble Shroud could take
but,
hits like
yeah,
that
that's
over and
picking
over
hairs.
before breaking.
Despite her troubled past, Blake would never stop fighting for a better, more peaceful, more equitable world. She was done running. With her friends at her side, she would face the future head on.
Miss. So long.
And that's death.
No quote, just a fighting game.
Yeah.
The rustic medieval architecture, hardy populace, and oh yeah, ooh, yep, that can't be good.
Cowering behind enormous walls, the last remnants of humanity were driven to near extinction by the arrival of the monstrous Titans.
Despite that, little Mikasa Ackerman lived a happy, normal life. Until her parents were brutally murdered in front of her.
Belongs to the
But never
anti-Jaegerist
fear, she
faction?
reversed the shit out of those
You mean
assholes
Eren
with the help
Jaeger?
of Eren Jaeger,
Mm.
another pint-sized
So she's
psychopathic
against Eren?
Adopted by Eren's
Something happens
parents,
in the show
Mikasa
that I have
and
no
Eren
idea
somehow
about.
lived a happy,
I guess it
normal
happens in
life
like season 4.
I guess they're not in love as much as I thought they were.
until all their friends and family were brutally murdered by Titans. I'm sensing a pattern here.
With barely anyone in her life
Unless it
lasting
means she's
longer than
against
25-minute
giant fighting
episode,
robots.
Mikasa became Eren's guardian angel.
Certainly
could
a
be
valuable
against that?
asset to Eren, who devoted his life
Well, I mean, it
to
takes two to pilot a
exterminating the
Jaeger.
Titan threats.
Together, they joined the military and got their hands on some sweet Titan slaying
This is all
gear,
basic
the
season 1 here.
vertical maneuvering equipment, or VMI.
Also known as omnidirectional movement or ODM gear in the anime, it allows Mikasa to fight the towering Titans at their own level.
ODM gear comes with two 20 to 30 foot long iron wire spears she can separately aim
Yeah,
and
she
shoot
can run
that'll
out of
hook into
gas.
any surface. They'll
Mhm.
allow her to swing around like a steampunk Spider-Man.
She can zoom through the air and change directions on a dime with a special fan on her back that fires pressurized gas.
Farting. That's called farting, Wiz.
And the extended fart joke.
Well, I just like the turn purple in the face.
I'll get another clone.
Mikasa's ODM gear can propel her at speeds up to 366 kilometers per hour. That's almost a third the speed of sound.
Assuming she can reach top speeds
pretty
in
fast.
a second, that's over 10 G's of force, 10 times Earth's gravity.
For reference, astronauts withstand about
That's
3
actually a-
G's of force during
Oh,
lift.
here they go.
Fighter pilots can withstand up to 9 G's for a second or two during aerial combat. Even just 6 G's for a sustained period of time can be fatal for a human being. But Mikasa can survive almost twice that
Yep.
much and fight
Blood
giant
does not
monsters
have
at the
that
same
much
time.
pressure inside the body to move
Speed
that
makes her
fast.
especially deadly when she whips out her special Titan slashing swords made of ultra hard steel.
She has a
that's
gun.
exactly the term I'd use to describe myself.
Oh, that's
after
right, never
watching
mind.
what
Blake
they
has a
can
gun
do
too.
to a
I'm
Titan.
just pointing out
Despite
there.
their
She has a
names,
gun.
they're rather fragile.
We ever see that
Access relative to
mentioned.
the super tough Titan skin they have to repeatedly
When, like,
cut.
people
So
come
Mikasa
at her-
can
I guess it doesn't get
well
used
that
too
she can
much.
easily
When
dispose
normal
of
people
her
come at her on the
combat.
ground, they're like,
Yeah,
oh
that
no,
kinda became a
the
problem
peasants are
when some
revolting.
super
No one ever pulled out
intelligent Titans
gun
started
before.
sporting crazy tough armor. That's when
That,
Mikasa
that's kind of
picked
exactly
out
what
the
it's there
big
for in the
Thunder
show, I
Spears.
think.
Essentially proto-bazookas, the Thunder Spears are
I mean,
thrown
what
like
about when they find out
They're
those
sharp enough
other
to pierce
people
even the
are
armored
actually
Titan's
Titans?
impenetrable
You know,
hide.
the humans
And
that
once
are
their fuse
can
is
turn into
severed,
Titans?
they'll explode.
They just shoot somebody in the
Devastating
back of the head
anything within range.
before they realize that, you
Shattering
know,
the armored Titan's armor is
you
no
got
joke.
gun.
It was tough enough to tank punching a hole through
Mhm.
Walmaria.
By measuring the size of the gate in comparison to, let's go with this guy, we can determine the armored Titan violently fragmented over 1,000 cubic meters of rock.
That'd take over
Which is height.
18
You can
tons
say anything
of
about width.
TNT, enough to level a city block. And the Thunder Spear.
I mean, I guess they measured it too. They could just turn a person sideways.
You can't turn up a 2D picture
Despite the
sideways.
awesome power at her fingertips, Mikasa only really joined the military to watch over and protect Eren.
Like a loving mother hen of death. And that became way harder once Eren learned he could also turn into one of those super intelligent Titans.
Now humanity's greatest weapon against the Titan menace, Eren was at the center of all major anti-Titan operations, which meant Mikasa was there too, ruthlessly dispatching anyone that might harm him.
Get over yourself, Eren. So what if your childhood home was destroyed by a Titan?
I guess
You're
until the
living
point where she
rent-free
joins the
in this
anti-Jaegerist
girl's head.
faction.
It could be worse.
Mhm.
You could be
Whatever
armored.
that is.
Man, like she's programmed to protect him.
You're not off base.
I wish I could
Mikasa's
remember
last name
enough.
Isn't inconsequential. Ages ago, the Ackermans were bioengineered to be subservient super soldier royal guards to the mighty.
It's revealed
Wherever else
she's
it's
actually
been
very
from,
special.
Mikasa's got the Ackerman blood coursing through her veins. The same blood that gives her a fraction of a Titan's power without transforming. Holy crap!
It's that power that allowed Captain Levi, another Ackerman, to dodge point-blank bullets. That's over Mach 2, and Mikasa can easily keep up with him.
It also lets her subconsciously tap into the combined experience and battle instincts of Ackerman's past. She's like the avatar of Titan murder.
I don't.
Unfortunately, this blood bond
It
with
just gets
Eren
more
means that even when
confusing.
he goes too
Oh,
far,
this is why I
he's
don't want to
obligated
read
to
Attack
protect
on
him,
Titans
kinda like a
anymore.
robot.
I don't buy it, Wiz. She doesn't love him because of her DNA. She loves him because he's the only one who stood up for her when she couldn't stand up for herself. When she looks at him and the rest of her friends, she sees a hope for a brighter tomorrow.
Wow, Boomstick. That was touching.
And she has fart powers.
Well, it was nice while it lasted.
I'm not listening to another word of this. No point.
I'm just saying that it doesn't make me want to watch Attack on Titan anymore.
Yeah, I was never gonna go back at this point. Not after mystery box after mystery box after mystery box, but well, it just turned from normal person versus magical person to super soldier versus magical person. I am slightly more confident in Mikasa now.
Well, yeah, I mean, she can dodge bullets. And, you know, Ruby's all about weapons that turn into guns.
Maybe it'll actually be an even fight.
Well,
I mean, that's what they do. They try to make two even competitors.
They try their best, but sometimes characters don't match up.
Oh yeah, on the face of it, they give you two even characters on the face of it, and then in the research discover that, hey, this character's not even at all. You know, like Superman and Goku.
This character wants bench press 5 billion pounds, meaning that they could explode into 20 tons of TNT, which is a lightning strike of energy. Yeah.
To be fair, if they exploded into that much, they would die, because they exploded.
And they survived, giving them an extra powerful durability.
Blue Chew for sponsoring this show. But right now, it's time for us.
I should do this stuff.
Yeah, we can do our own. Just without the animation, or the viewers.
We're supposed to evacuate this area hours ago.
Or the research.
Hell out of here. They're coming. You deaf? I said get the hell.
Too cocky, Mikasa.
Leave me alone.
Do like they're breaking out the really good 3D animation for this one.
That's better
But then
than
again,
last
they
one.
didn't have to do 50% of it.
Are those 2 sets of ears? She must have 4 times the hearing.
That was a dumb observation.
That is a very, very goofy line. Maybe not untrue, but still very goofy to say out loud.
To be fair, Blake goes to an actual school. Mikasa went to a training camp and not a school. So. Also, she's not dodging bullets.
Gotta love parrying bullets.
As I said, she's not dodging bullets. She's holding still, and Blake is shooting at her swords. Ah, the old Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
I mean, she also does have a limited number of swords.
She likes popping those clones and attacking me from behind.
Bitch, you started this fight. She literally started by screaming, "Leave me alone." There's no moral victory.
Oh, I mean, it's just the premise of Death Battle.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
It's never gonna really make sense.
There's no moral victory if you win. Oh, you win. You attacked this woman who's reading a book and screamed to leave me alone.
Did that just boomerang?
Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, look, she blew up. That means she's more durable now. I'm assuming those are the thunder rods that were mentioned before.
Yup. Bazooka time.
Gotcha this time.
Alright, doesn't mean she lost yet.
Right, that was just a solid hit. Let's see if it finishes.
I was really hoping she was about to Tarzan into the wall.
Alright, yeah, there's nothing to do about that one.
I mean, she does deserve it. She started this fight.
Surprisingly even.
I'll just say, what was the implication there?
I told her
That she was gonna get eaten by a titan.
Too bad she can't hear omniscient narration from beyond the fourth.
Probably.
I mean, she just
Despite
beat
Mikasa's overwhelming
Mikasa,
and
so
frankly
clearly she
terrifying
can take a
tenacity,
titan.
Blake's varied arsenal and powers gave her a clear edge.
The ODM gear allowed Mikasa to keep.
Yeah,
up
she has
with
like a
Gamble
Batman's
Shroud's
utility
ability,
belt
but in
worth of
terms
stuff to
offense,
do.
Mikasa was kind of a one-trick pony. And that's especially compared to the Swiss anime knife that is Gamble Shroud, which could stretch 10 to 16 times longer than either of Mikasa's cables.
Blake's variety of shadows she could spam at will kept Mikasa guessing, and her aura allowed her to survive any attacks that could land.
To be fair, the Thunder Spears were a different story, and were powerful enough to shatter Blake's aura. The aura could survive around 4 tons of TNT, while the Spear's explosion could dish out over 18.
But Blake's far greater speed made her nearly
It's like it's a
impossible
bazooka.
to consistently hit. While Mikasa could keep up with characters that can dodge bullets, Blake could keep up with characters that can dodge lightning. In this case, nearly 40
Yeah, there you
times
go.
faster than Mikasa.
And those Thunder Spears are meant for big, slow titans.
One of these days we
not
gotta go
human
back and
opponents,
see
so
how
it's
many times they
unlikely
mention
she
how
ever
fast
got a solid
lightning
hit
is,
in with one.
just to
In
see
that
if it's
same
actually the
sense,
same every
Mikasa's
time.
Ackerman heritage couldn't save her
I
either.
swear, if I ever write a story and someone dodges lightning, I'm just gonna, like, explicitly describe, like, all the ways that they didn't actually dodge lightning.
Who has powers the Ackerman family has never seen before?
Coupled with her Odium gear's limited fuel supply and
Of course,
breakable
list the
swords,
speed and durability
Mikasa
of
just
all your
couldn't end the
characters,
fight before her
every
own options
scene.
ran out. Mikasa had guts, but Blake's
Yeah,
speed,
preface every
versatility,
chapter with just, you know, an entire RPG catalog of character
It
stats.
may have been a gamble.
I've written my
but
novel
Blake had
specifically
the
so that we
spirit
all
to
know the
win
power
without a
levels of
shadow
everyone
a doubt.
and who beats
The
who.
winner is Blake
Goku's
Belladonna.
power level is 90,000.
I don't ever say something ridiculous like power levels don't matter. If I put them in, they matter. Alright, I think you get to choose first because you lost.
I'm a loser. Ugh. So what we got?
Iron Fist versus
Panda and Iron Fist. Yeah.
Poe versus Iron Fist.
Well, I gotta choose between two things I have no idea about. One is a Marvel hero, and Marvel can get ridiculous. Poe is a Disney character, and Disney characters always win.
I also want to point out how fast some people are on this. I don't know what you got in your previews, but I got this death battle prediction. It's already Poe versus Iron Fist. God, these people are fast.
Oh, wow. They're just there to produce content like we are. If I have to choose, you know what? I'm going to go goofy. I'm going to say Poe. Poe's a Disney character. Poe is also round, and therefore will be incredibly durable.
I mean,
It's a goofy, stupid reason, but may as well.
Iron Fist is a lot better in the comics than he is in his show. In the comics, he's teamed up with Luke Cage, who is also good on his show. A lot better than Iron Fist is. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know a lot about Iron Fist. I've only seen his appearances in the comics when, I can't remember what they're called. They have like a crime-fighting duo, Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
Yeah, that's a pretty good duo right there. Alrighty then. Well, we got our bets for next time, and I guess for now, this has been a Stone-Faced Reaction. I've been Griffin, this is Theta, and we'll catch you all next time.